Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Ordinary Critics. Today we will be reviewing The Kissing Booth. No, stop. Hello again everyone, I am Isaac.
And I'm Carlos, and we're just two ordinary guys reviewing extraordinary movies?
Question mark. Today we will be reviewing The Kissing Booth, and it's a Netflix original, which means we have our new segment for you called WTF?
What's the film?
So we are going to take a Netflix original series, or Netflix original movie rather, and let you know if you should go check it out.
Should you? We'll see.
We'll find out. But first, we want to thank everybody for this past week. We have over 2,000 subscribers now on our channel, and
what?
And
this is news to me.
This is news to Carlos, which is great. But more importantly, our last two videos have a combined 200,000 views, and you guys are killing it.
Oh,
so thank you. If you haven't checked those out, it's What's Leaving Netflix and What's Coming to Netflix for the month of June. Our producer Steven puts those together, and he killed it this week.
Yeah, he's the one with all the graphics and everything.
Yeah, he does everything behind the scenes. And he started this whole thing for us.
We go pew pew pew, and he goes like pew pew pew. It's really cool.
And there's like lasers coming out of his hands. Yeah, it's great.
Hopefully. No.
Good luck, Steven. But no, so thank you so much for all of your endless support. And let's get into this movie.
Let's go.
Oh, God.
This movie was tough to get by.
I needed a full bottle of wine to get through this movie.
I needed a couple of glasses too.
And
it was a challenge. But let's just
the
synopsis. What is this movie about?
It's The Kissing Booth. It's a Netflix original movie. It's your basic teenage dramedy.
Sum them all up. It's a teenage, just high school dramedy comedy thing. Yes. That kind of transforms into movies as it goes along.
Kind of.
That you identify, except they're not that movie.
I feel like they tried to pay an homage to the 80s movies like Breakfast Club and 16 Candles and Heathers and stuff like that.
Which Molly Ringwald is in this movie.
She's in the movie.
So good.
It's a cameo, which is great. But they did not succeed.
No, they did not. Starting with the script made no sense.
There would be times I'm just like, no, stop it. What are you doing? I would me as a teenager, I would not make those choices.
No, not at all. And I want to talk. One of the things that we talked about was the cast. So we have in the lead, we have Elle.
Yes.
Who is the kind of this girl, she's kind of dorkish, and I guess she her body grows out, over summer.
She hits puberty during the summer, and so it comes back a completely different person. Everyone's like, whoa, okay, cool.
Yeah, then we have Lee.
Lee, best friend of Elle. They've been best friends literally since they were born. Also kind of dorky, not really athletic.
Yeah, they're the dork best friends that you did. Dork burst friends.
They're dork burst friends. They're like us.
Yes, basically. Yes. And then we have Flynn. Noah Flynn.
Yes. Who's Lee's older brother, who is he's not an antagonist, but he's not a protagonist.
He is a love interest / brother / drama. He is a drama queen
of drama.
He brings all the drama to the movie for no reason. Although none of his fault, everything is his fault.
Everything.
Yeah, and then
the entire conflict of this movie is because of him.
Although he does nothing but be a good guy.
Right.
And then we have Rachel.
Don't know where she came from.
So there's this one moment in the movie. It's actually in the kissing booth when Lee walks up to the kissing booth and nobody wants to kiss him, except for this one girl.
This one girl is just
everything slows down, and the camera's on her, and she reconsiders, and she goes up and kisses him.
She feels bad for him.
Yeah, I guess.
So you're like, okay, cool. But when it was happening and that moment was happening, I felt like we met her before in the movie, I was wrong.
No, and they make it into such a romantic moment.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, he takes up the blindfold and they kiss like strongly again, and we're like, who is she?
What is happening?
Where does she come from?
And then her and Lee end up dating for the rest of the movie. So you're like trying to be invested in her, but she has like I think 7 lines total in this entire movie,
and 2 of them are like, Elle,
come
back.
Oh,
that's another great moment with Elle at the very end of the movie. Remember, we don't know Rachel. We don't care about Rachel. We barely see Rachel.
It's true.
And at the end, there's this big dramatic moment between Elle and Flynn, and they are Flynn tries to like win her back by saying, "I love you," and she can, and she runs away. And who runs after her? Not Flynn. Not Lee. Rachel runs after her. Elle, come back! And like she's gonna talk.
I'm pretty sure they've met like twice.
Yeah, they haven't hung out. Like it's not a thing. So yeah, this movie makes no sense. It's filled with moments like that, glorious moments. Not to mention the Mean Girls.
They tried to like pay tribute to Mean Girls too.
I'm gonna call it a ripoff. Tribute has its limits. This is a straight up ripoff.
Yeah, basically, like Elle comes back after the summer, and like first day of school, and these 3 popular girls like come up to her, and they're called the OMG Girls because it's like, oh god, what are their names? I don't even remember. One begins with an O, one begins with an M, and one begins with a G.
Yeah,
and they're called the OMG Girls.
OMG Girls,
and they like take Elle under their wing for like a hot second, and you're just like, oh, so it's Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Great.
And for some reason they have this weird talent that they eat bananas really fast.
Yeah, but you don't see them eat bananas.
Which was it an innuendo?
Yeah, I just got that.
I think it was an innuendo. But it was lost.
It didn't even... Maybe that was the wine hitting me that I couldn't think
about it. Yeah. It was so fast. What else? Oh, the best moment that made no sense. There's a couple moments made no sense.
There are many moments that make no sense.
Yeah, a great moment is when they're kissing. Oh, they kiss for the first time after the booth. Flynn is driving Elle home. It's raining. So they're stopping.
On a motorcycle. And
it's so hot, so romantic. And like they stop. You know what? I was about it. Okay, so, you know...
Okay.
So it's a motorcycle, and have you seen this guy? Can we put a picture of this guy?
Yeah, like just move us over, Steve, and put him right here.
Please, I wanna. Can I look at him? Just okay. Anyway, no, but they're like in this gazebo, right? And they kiss, and she's like, "No, this can't happen. I cannot be another one of your conquests." To which he says, Is that all? Is that what you see in me? We have literally we've seen him make out.
All he does is make out with girls and beat up other guys.
The whole movie.
The entire movie.
I want to say like 7 girls up to that scene, which happens only like, 50 minutes into the movie?
Yeah, and then you still have another hour to go.
Yeah, you do.
Good luck. Jeez. Well, and yeah, it's just like that line, and she's like, that's all like you ever are, and he like gets pissed off. Yeah. I'm like, dude, you're asking for it with that one. Like, is that all you see in me? Yes.
That's all we've seen in you.
Now I'm angry. Like,
oh yeah, they get angry for no reason whatsoever.
Now let's talk about this kissing booth for a second. The actual kissing booth is Elle and Lee come up with this plan to raise money for their dance club. Because that's like a big thing throughout the movie is that they like grew up playing like Dance Dance Revolution. I
just want to say, this is a pet peeve. That's not the way you play the game. It kills me when I see. Shout out to my peeps in Puerto Rico. We used to go to Chuck E. Cheese's every day and play. That's right, I'll admit it. I used to go to Chuck E. Cheese's and play Pump It Up. Okay, Pump It Up. And we on expert on crazy mode. We're like yeah, like our feet were like you can't see my feet right now, but they're moving. It's like so basically,
you just got so passionate
about this. You know what?
That was amazing.
we were the coolest peeps in all of Chuck E. Cheese's, and that's saying something. It's because sometimes we were the only peeps in Chuck E. Cheese's.
Right, so obviously
we were the coolest by default, but I'll take default cool. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, so a whole big thing in this is that like they grew up playing this game. That's kind of how they bonded over the years
by playing the game wrong.
So so they have a dance. They have a dance club, and they're raising money for it at this like carnival. So they come up with the kissing booth. I have like 7 different problems wrong with this. First of all, the word kissing booth I think is only said like 3 times throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
The movie is called The Kissing Booth. I thought it would be like the climax of the movie. No, you see it 45 minutes in, and then you have another hour to go, just like the whole gazebo scene. Like it happens all around that same period of time. So they're in like another problem with this. They're in like the shop, like building it, and they have like aquas and blues and stuff, and they like end up getting into like a paint fight. Then reveal on the actual kissing booth.
The booth is red.
It's bright red.
It's bright red
with like neon lights, and like I think the money they made from it paid for making the booth.
Yeah, it's what budget did they have? They have neon signs.
Yeah,
they must have had some
like,
electricians,
like stands that like come up that they can like chill on.
Yeah,
like,
and honestly, judging by the rate, at the rate that they were working building this thing, playing with the paint, I don't think they could have made all this.
Say like what 2 days or something like
2
that.
2 days, and they created this thing with curtains.
Like, curtains, and it's like like this like amphitheater type thing, and it's just very elaborate. All I saw was blue, and so I was expecting blue, and then it was red. Yeah. And then they recreated it for prom.
Yeah.
They took that stage and like hid it away in like their prom auditorium.
Yeah, I guess they didn't throw it. Yeah, they just keep it as a memento. They were like, "This is gonna be great for prom." That's what I did.
Like a kid who kept taking pictures throughout yearbook.
Oh yeah, they justified the creepy kid who.
Yeah, creepy kid who took pictures of everybody. They made him like editor in chief.
Yeah, I guess
of the yearbook. And then they had like this hall of memories and during prom that they like all got to walk through and see like their senior year.
Yeah, they were very artistic pictures. I have to give props to that kid. If
he took those pictures.
Yeah, I have to say they were very artistic, and he should open up a gallery because they were honestly. They're pretty good. I thought they were walking into a gallery of themselves. I was like, oh wow, they're gonna sell these pictures for $1,000. Incredible.
Raise the money.
That's right. He's paying for college.
That it costs to build the kissing booth.
Still paying. They're gonna pay their whole life for that kissing
Ella was
booth.
only a junior in this movie. She's paying through senior year for this one stunt. But yeah, the plot had many flaws.
There are many things that I enjoyed.
Yeah, it was like, fun and campy and cheesy.
Yeah, there were a couple ones that were like montages, and I was like, okay, I can roll with this.
Yeah.
Now the number thing, the rules popping up.
Okay, so let's explain these rules first. So Elle and Lee, when they were 6, came up with these like rules of being each other's best friend.
As you do.
And every time they would mention one, they would mention the number. But they wouldn't exactly like explain it right away. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, rule number 7."
7.
And then a 7 would pop up on the screen, and then they would like narrate over it what rule number 7 was. I feel like in the beginning of the movie, they should have just like put the list there and like read it to us the entire thing.
Yeah, because
and then reverted back to it.
Yeah, and also they didn't like reveal all the rules. I guess you should read the book. It is based on a book. So I guess if you want to, they must be like.
They gotta be. They gotta be, right?
They gotta be.
Because we got like rule 9 was like don't date like the relatives.
Because that's something that you come up with when you're 6 years old.
Right, and by the way, this rule only benefited Lee because Elle has like a younger brother, and that's it. And Lee has Noah, like the hot like older brother. So like. And as soon as like they said that, I'm like, well, okay, we know what the plot of this movie is going to be. Elle's going to fall for the brother. Let's see what happens. Eat my popcorn.
I just realized how we sound talking about all these rules. We sound like high schoolers, being like,
we are.
Oh my god, like this rule was totally just made Because
for this person,
Lee,
they're only taking advantage of this.
Oh my god! And
Oh
did
my
you say?
God.
Oh my god! We're part of the OMG group.
All right, so the cast, we talked about them a little bit. Elle, Lee, and Noah are the primaries.
Yeah,
we
and then
have-
Molly Ringwald, and we don't really care about everybody else. Honestly, I didn't create a relationship with anybody else.
Right. Cinematography.
Oh, cinematography was
Okay, there's one moment that go ahead.
okay. Oh man,
you wanna talk
when
about?
the kissing happens, the first time that Flynn and
At
Elle-
the kissing
at the
booth.
kissing booth, for some reason they decide out of nowhere to first of all start spinning around them, in a 360 mode. But not only that, there's fireworks all over.
Yeah, they like superimpose fireworks on the scene.
Yes, it was interesting to watch in the WTF kind of way.
Yeah, like, well, this is new.
Yeah, well, that's happening. I'm
Oh.
watching that right now.
Okay.
Hey.
And here we go. Soundtrack, I was too distracted by the rest of the movie to realize what was going on in the soundtrack.
Except for
They did at the end, which I don't know if I like it.
The Breakfast Club. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, they started like when they walk into this thing.
The whole memories.
You hear, "Don't you forget about me."
And you're just like, oh, I see what you're doing. You're trying way too hard to be an 80s
Don't you
teenage movie.
forget about me. Okay, I'm done. When you walk on by. Okay.
Personally, I thought they were trying too hard to try to imitate those movies or emulate those movies. So just like putting that on, I was just like, really? Come on.
This
isn't Breakfast Club.
I only liked it because Molly Ringwald was in the movie.
Okay, that's
If
fine.
they would have put
That's-
16 candles on a cake, I would have been like, oh, did they turn 16?
Wait, did she? Oh my god, they're
They turned 16! So they had 16 candles on the cake.
Oh my god, it was their 16th birthday.
It was the 16th birthday.
Oh my god. This
So-
movie is more complex than we thought.
So the Molly Ringwald tribute was complete.
Oh my
16 candles and Breakfast Club.
Oh my god.
I know.
I can't do the rest of this video right now. My mind is gone.
Anyway.
So yeah, overall, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think that's it. So now what you just need to know, our rating.
Okay, so if you've watched a WTF segment before, we have a special grading scale. So it's either drop everything right now and go watch this movie.
And let's just go watch paint dry. Huh?
Yeah. So we give it a solid, go make your own kissing booth. Make a crap ton of money. Because these kids were paying like $5 a pop.
$5 a kiss?
Or maybe it was donation based. Because like they threw a 21 time.
I think they were just trying to kiss both people.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Just like, and then use that money.
If you can, steal their kissing booth.
Yeah, go and just keep upgrading your kissing booth empire until it's like a full out enterprise throughout the world.
And we'll see you there.
So thank you so much for
Thank you,
watching.
guys.
Leave a comment down below what you thought of this movie. If you watched this movie,
Yeah, did you like it? Do you agree with us?
let us know. Give us a like. Hit that subscribe button. Click the bell thing for notifications because apparently that's a thing now.
Yes.
And thank you for all of your support over the past couple weeks and throughout the future. We'll be making videos like this regularly. So thanks.
Yeah.
And as always,
Stay ordinary. Don't you forget about me when you walk on by.